welcome to episode 803 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, October 28th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got all the boys in the house today, Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. And we also have an extra special guest coming later in the show, relationship expert, Marni Kinrys. We've got some crypto in the coffee, kangaroo court in the TikTok international moment, some sex toy news as well. Anything else I'm missing, fellas? What else we got going on today?
You got it, Will.
Good.
If you want to have sex ever, listen to the rest of the show.
This is the sex episode.
Yeah.
The Sexpisode.
Sexpisode.
She's good. That's like that was expensive advice she just doled out.
She is really
Yes.
good.
Spoiler alert, we already did the interview. We know how it went, and you're going to want to listen to it. She's
It
smart.
was sexy.
Stick around. Stick around to the end. You're going to want to hear it.
Couple
She's got some
acronyms.
great advice.
Yeah.
That she gives you that will lead to an acronym. I like to call it SEX.
Yeah,
Right.
A couple tips that'll be good for your tip, you know,
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
or your vagina if you're a lady.
I mean, it's
Just
got to
your
be.
Jennies. Your Jennies.
You're gonna wanna
Jenny's
listen to
any
it.
gender.
Get someone
You know,
close to you.
Speaking of the opposite of good sex, I, once again, bought way too much Halloween candy.
Dude, me too.
At this point, I'm doing it on purpose.
You are.
You got to run
But-
through your first bag that you're planning on giving to the kids, then the second bag you're planning on giving to the kids, and you just finally know you're going to go out and buy them Halloween
Now,
morning.
hold on, though.
Oh, no, I
This
got 3
year,
bags.
Everyone's going to trick or treat this year, like more than in the history of trick or treating. Even evil Dr. Fauci said you can go trick or treating.
You sure?
know.
You sure? You think this
Yes.
is going to be the year? All right, well, then
Yes.
it's on. I hope
This
I
is
get rid of all these
This is
candy.
the year that, like, that's why my wife wants to go sit out front. The neighborhoods are going to be buzzing.
I
It's
did
on a
notice more people
Sunday.
are decorating this
It's on
year.
a Sunday. Everyone wants to get out of the fucking house.
Will, let me
shit.
ask you a
Hey,
question.
are we going to be in costume? I'm going to be in costume for Monday's
yeah,
show.
and
by
we
the
should
way.
do the show
Oh.
early, by the way, because of trick or treating. Otherwise, the
We'll
door
figure it
bell's
out, but
gonna
I'm
ring.
definitely going
Yeah,
to be in
yeah.
costume for Monday's
Well, let me
show.
ask you a question about that candy, though. Is any of that candy already in your freezer?
No, sir. I have not opened the bags. I've strongly considered testing them out as soon as I got home, but I've been busy today, so it's lucky for the Halloween candy.
These still taste like Snickers.
Yeah, those Swedish fish. I was worried they had messed up the
The
ingredients.
recipe. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Halloween. That's all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack us too bad.
No.
That's all right.
I love talking about candy.
It's fucking Halloween week.
Sex
you know.
and candy. I smell sex and candy. That's a terrible song. I hate that song.
No, it's a great song, bro.
Is there a daylight savings coming up too?
Let's get right into the news.
Let's go to the
'cause
news.
We got a
Let's
go
long
to the news?
show, you
Let's
know.
do the news.
All right, well, let's get into the news. Here we go.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time up first. Fun fact for you guys. Wombats are the only animal whose poop is cube-shaped. Check this out. This is what a wombat's poop looks like.
Sometimes mine is.
Fucking crazy. So this is due to how its intestines form the feces. It's a liquid state, and then it goes into a solid state and lasts 25% of the intestines. Then the final 8%, there's varied elasticity in the walls of the intestines, which makes the poop take these cube shape. Only animal in the whole world that plops out little cube shaped poop.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Looks
pretty
like
cool.
what Wally does.
Right, exactly.
Recycles it. makes it
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Exactly. Holidays, daily observances, October 28th. Today is National Chocolate Day. So, you can eat out a black chick, suck a black guy's cock. If you don't have access to either of those, just eat some Hershey's, maybe drink a hot chocolate. Might be a little easier.
It's perfect holiday for the Sexpisode.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't make, just making some suggestions.
Just offering since it's National Chocolate Day. No? Okay.
Yeah, just
What a great line.
yeah. You know what today is, huh? It's also National First Responders Day, so thank you to all the men and women who fall under that category for being far better humans than any of us. We appreciate you dearly and hope you have a great fucking day indeed. Also, it's National Internal Medicine Day, celebrating over 300,000 internal medicine physicians across the U.S. I really hate thanking people that make more money than me, but thank you guys too. Hope you have a nice, relaxing day at your mansions.
Yeah.
Well, it's not all millionaires in that industry. But.
They make quite a bit of money.
They're all richer than us.
Yeah, they're all way richer than us. On this day in history, 1955, our boy Bill Gates was born. Happy birthday,
wow.
Bill Gates.
What a dog.
Keep your hands off the beef. We won't have any problems.
Stop trying to chalk the sun.
Yeah, just take a few plays off, Bill.
Sit out a few, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's done with it.
And in yeah, everyone is done.
I'm still a Gates guy. I'm going to get a Gates shirt. Now's the perfect time to get a Gates shirt. Now's the perfect
Yeah, buy low on his stock.
Oh, Wes, we got two merch shirt ideas real quick. A Grady Judd image of Grady Judd saying, "Drink a Sprite, eat a moon pie."
Yes.
That's going to sell like hotcakes, like moon pies. That's going to sell like moon pies.
Sorry, Grady.
And then
It's going to
maybe
be like murders in Florida.
it's going to sell like murders fun. And then maybe a picture of Jewfish Island, and then just say Hive Island underneath it. It's like a view of Hive Island or an island, and then Hive
Nice.
Island.
I got to see if it's still for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's always islands for sale. Somebody else will, another island will crop up, but
Right.
that would be nice to get that one.
Also, today, 1919, U.S. Congress overrode President Woodrow Wilson's veto and passed the Volstead Act, providing enforcement guidelines for prohibition. So the main guidelines of that act were prohibiting intoxicating beverages such as liquor, beer, and alcohol, to regulate the manufacture, production, use, and sale of high-proof spirits other than beverage purposes, to ensure an ample supply of alcohol and promote its use in scientific research and development of fuel, dye, and other lawful industries, and lastly, to ensure the government ruins everyone's day.
Fuck them. Congress did that. The president tried to save everybody
President
from
tried to
getting
save us.
fucking prohibited,
Yep.
and Congress overrode. What a bunch of pricks.
Yeah. They overrode them.
Man, back in the early 1900s, Congress sucked ass. They were like taking away booze, taking away weed. Like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
They're still
parents.
doing it in North Dakota. I can't.
Yeah.
Governors now too, but they're all jerks. Well,
That's right. Honorable mentions: Tom Green and Drew Barrymore reunited for the first time face-to-face in 20 years on the Drew Barrymore show. Can't play you the clip because of the Nazis over at YouTube, but the two shared some pleasantries. Here's a hug they shared. Tom Green is still hilarious and weird. I love Tom Green. I don't know about you guys, but I loved his show back in the day.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on this. They did this reunion like 10 years ago.
No, they did it. They did a like a Skype a year ago. This is the first time they've seen each other like face to face in almost 20 years.
It's like the fifth time I've seen them reunionize, but okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
They just do it. Tom just calls her whenever, or they both call each other whenever they need a little bump.
Yeah,
a
they're fucking
little bump
liars.
in the press.
yeah. Tom Green's the man. Also, Chevrolet unveiled its all-new 2023 Z06 Corvette C8. Here's a picture. Looks pretty fucking sweet.
Dude, the new Corvettes are badass. I saw one when I was in Baton Rouge. It was
These have not come out yet. They will be being assembled in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where the Corvette factory is. But they are pretty nice. They have the engine in the back now versus the front, so that's a change from the Corvette's usual style.
They've been updating it for a few years.
Well, they're coming after the supercars, but they're coming after us. They're getting more expensive too. These used to be like $60,000-$70,000 cars. This one's going to push $90,000.
You can't be a high-end, top high-end sports car without a rear engine. It's not possible.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You don't need to listen to a fucking word Marnie said if you own that car.
No. Yeah, no, you
That's a
don't.
good point. That Corvette's gonna.
You can skip. If you got a pre-order for the new Corvette, you can skip the last.
You
half
make
of
the
the show.
rules.
You just rev that at a stoplight.
Yeah.
That's your Tinder. That's your version of Tinder.
That's right. Now to the top trends. Going to do a top three. Number 3, Mac Miller was trending because a Los Angeles man who was one of the 3 men charged in connection with Mac Miller's 2018 overdose death at the age of 26 has signed a guilty plea. So Stephen Andrew Walter pleaded guilty to charges of fentanyl distribution, according to an agreement obtained by the USA Today that was filed Monday. Quote, the defendant knew that the pills that he directed Revis, I guess one of the guys that knew Mac's drug dealer, Petty, that they contained fentanyl or some other federally controlled substance. Mac Miller would not have died from an overdose but for the fentanyl contained in the pills that MM had received from Pettit on September 4th, 2018.
Damn.
So, yeah.
I mean, fentanyl. You just got to stay away from street drugs, right? Like at this point, you need to be tested at literally everything you get.
What are
Because,
they
like,
giving?
it's
what's
killed
the
so many
charge-
celebrities.
What's the charge for admitting to distributing fentanyl? Shouldn't it be like murder one? Like what? Like how do you prevent it otherwise? Besides giving these guys life?
I think it's a manslaughter thing. So
not everyone dies.
Yeah.
Prosecutors are suggesting that he gets 17 years with additional 5-year probation supervised. The other two involved, Rivas and Pettit, have pleaded not guilty so far. So this is the first guy that has pleaded guilty.
You know what? I mean, if they're gonna if there's so much fentanyl slipping into the United States, like they have to figure out a way to get these test kits out fast, like in abundance. Like it's a serious problem.
It's a big problem, dude. I'm telling you, I saw the guys down in that are making heroin and stuff. This stuff is cheaper, and it makes their product last a lot longer. They're cutting it everything.
No one's
It's
testing
super
their
dangerous.
cocaine. Like unless you can get it at like a 7-Eleven, this test kit.
That's what I'm saying. They need to make it everywhere.
When you do cocaine, it's at a party and it's like late at night and you're drunk and you're not going to be like, oh, wait, I'm not doing it unless someone whips out a test kit. Does anyone have a test kit here?
Right.
No one has a fucking test kit.
Yeah, but they all
Going in
smoke
the bathroom
cigarettes.
of a bar.
If you could buy one with a pack of cigarettes, it would be a lot easier to test
Fentanyl's
it.
going to continue to kill a ton of people because people are just going to do cocaine.
Right, and people are just starting to move towards just doing fentanyl, and they're doing way too much of it. Yeah, the heroin addicts, the opioid addicts are just
Because it is an opioid, right, or synthetic.
Oh yeah, it's a
opioid?
synthetic.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 times stronger than heroin, but that's what they do it in micrograms. So number 2, Lightyear trended because Disney released its first trailer for the Buzz Lightyear origin story called Lightyear. Here's a picture of the trailer, the movie poster. It's going to be Chris Evans playing Buzz, not Tim Allen like he should be played by. This is not part of the Toy Story series and is not it's not Toy Story's Buzz, as they're saying, whatever the fuck that
No,
means.
it's a human. It's a human. It's the
different
actual Buzz
Buzz.
Lightyear.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's a Buzz Lightyear that actually goes to outer space, and then they created a action figure based on this human being, and that's Tim Allen's.
Oh, that's creative.
Buzz
That's
Lightyear.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is being produced by Pixar and is being directed by longtime Pixar animator Angus MacLane, who joined Toy Story back on Toy Story 2. So Buzz is in good hands, except for the bad voice change. MacLane explained the concept of the movie like this, quote, if Andy saw a movie that got him excited about getting a Buzz Lightyear toy, what would that movie look like? And why don't we just make a movie like that, where the world was serious and not tongue-in-cheek and not winking at the audience, just making kind of a straightforward sci-fi movie. So it sounds like fun.
I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, I mean,
Pixar's always good. They have the
Pixar
best.
in
They get the
space,
best
yeah.
people.
So I watched the trailer. It's got David Bowie's "Yo Starman" song, so that's a instant hit. It looks fantastic, but Buzz doesn't say a fucking word the whole trailer until the very end, and that one word is "and," because he's going to finish the sentence "to infinity and beyond." Someone else is like playing off of him, so they know that you want it to be Tim Allen, and they're hiding it.
Why didn't they?
Oh
is Tim
no,
Allen
I
dead?
completely disagree, Wes. It's
Well,
not that at
it's
all.
fun. Yeah, it's a joke, Pat. So yeah.
Why didn't they even
So
try
funny,
to get
I
Tim Allen?
forgot to get it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that every time you make a shit joke on this podcast.
Wes is
We'll
mad.
never get through it.
He's mad.
Look, you don't come after Tim Allen on Wes's watch, all right?
Wes is
Damn.
real mad today.
That was Wes's linchpin joke. He just
What,
went
look,
after
Wes. Tim Allen is to Wes is like the opposite of pit bulls to Wes. Wes is a pit bull for Tim Allen.
Yeah, why don't you just make fun of Artie Lang now too?
Yeah.
And get it over with. Rip the bed. Or who's the guy? Tom Arnold. Why don't you just take a crap on Tom Arnold while you're at
Shit
it?
on Costco while you're at it. Yeah. No. Anyway.
Remember when Wes said, if you could take one guy to a desert island, it'll be Tom Arnold?
Tom Arnold's fantastic. Anyway, you won't be able to see this. It's going to hit theaters June 2022, barring another pandemic. And number 1, or
The cream of the crop!
Shiba fucking Inu, which has rose over 10%. I'm sorry, 1,000%
Wow,
since
yeah.
debuting on Coinbase in less than a month, basically about 200% this last week. I got a chart I'm going to pull up for you guys. There we go. 981% at the time that I took this, when it was like 0.0077. It's gotten up to 0.09 today. So you put $10,000 bucks in at 0.0006, you're feeling pretty good.
We got to stop talking about these coins unless we're all in on them.
Dude, no
Well, hey,
shit, man.
Starship though, we could put a.
Yeah,
I
why
know
don't
it
we
didn't
talk about
trend,
Starship?
Well, because this
That's
made
over
big news
that's
today.
over $2,
This is
Wes,
trending.
right now.
Right, I know it's awesome. Starship's a fucking rocket, but this is also it was big news because it passed. Shiba Inu is now the largest shitcoin. It passed Doge in market cap value.
But isn't it on Coinbase now? Shiba Inu?
It is. It is,
Yeah,
and they're
that's
trying to get
why
it.
it's-
They're trying to get it on Robinhood, just like Doge is, which will even make it go even higher, hopefully. So
Starship
and
at
Starship.
over $2.
Yeah,
When we,
Starship,
when we
yeah.
got in with Starship, they were at 20 cents. So that's
Right.
Yep.
that's 1,000%.
Boom.
Is it?
It's 10 times.
Mark's the math guy, so I trust his.
Okay.
his
All right.
20 cents to $2 is 10 times. That's
Yeah.
one time is double is 100%. That's
I mean,
10x, baby. 10x is
Starship-
1,000%.
Starship is fantastic. Get in on that too. But yeah, Shiba does absolutely nothing. No utility, unlike Starship that's as a game and NFTs and all that kind of fun stuff. So
Crypto's pumping right now.
yeah.
Time to go.
But invest responsibly.
Yeah, take gains. You know, there's going to be other big crashes, but it's good to see it bouncing back from the last one.
It's true.
right. And that's
It's fun.
cup of
Crypto's
coffee and
fun. It's a lot of fun. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Irresponsibly fun.
If that made you horny, don't worry, because our sponsor today, Roman, offers these wipes, guys, that can prevent you from prematurely ejaculating, or
Thank God.
they can prevent you from not being able to get it up, or they can prevent you from losing all your hair, or pretty much anything that it takes to be a man. Roman's got for you. Whether you've been
Are
in a
they
relationship-
magicians?
Yeah, no, pretty much,
Yeah,
guys.
like, what
you
are they,
could have been in a
wizards?
relationship for years or just getting started, but having the confidence that comes with preparation means that you're free to enjoy the moment, and you can do that at Roman, y'all. Look, a lot of people experience ED. It's super common. 52% of guys aged 40 to 70 years old experience some form of erectile dysfunction, and if you go to getroman.com/hardfactor now, you can speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction and get 15% off your first month of treatment. And this is huge, guys. Our fathers, when they had erectile dysfunction, there was no option, right? And then our grandfathers, but our fathers had to go to a doctor and then get a Viagra prescription. We can just get online, get on Roman,
Click.
talk to a healthcare professional, and we can get taken care of. So that's pretty cool, right?
That's very cool.
Incredibly cool.
It's
I
really
agree.
cool.
So here's
They're
how you
shepherding
do it, guys.
your needs, your sexual needs. They're
We will shepherd you right in. The whole
Roman's there
process
for
is
you.
straightforward, convenient, and discreet. Getting started simple. Just go to getroman.com/hardfactor and complete an online visit. You can take your ED without leaving your home. You just complete the online visit today. Bam. Connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. Bam. Take care of it. Pretty easy. GetRoman.com/hardfactor today. And if you're prescribed, that's if you need it, you're going to get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. And make sure you're ready to have the confidence and control this fall, a.k.a. Roman Ready. So,
That's at least a couple free boners, and there's nothing better than a free boner.
don't have to pay for it. Okay, guys. Hopefully we can get through this without me ruining the show with my terrible jokes. But
Ooh,
impossible.
I knew it. I knew
impossible.
it. I could tell there was still some tension.
what I didn't say to Wes
he's
is...
preemptively he's shielding himself from
What I
Wes's
didn't say to
I'm
Wes
mad
is-
at Pat. I'm
first
mad at
cut
Pat for other reasons. Not that.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Because he
Why are
didn't
you
tell
mad
me
at me?
about
Got to
Shiba
bleed
Inu.
over.
He didn't, yeah, what's going on?
No,
This is personal beef.
Why are
fine.
you mad at me?
Uh-oh. What
I
is
don't
it?
get into it now.
I told you to buy
Oh.
Shiba. Okay.
You did.
Wow.
Whatever. I didn't say
I have Shiba.
I didn't
thought this
say that
was
you're
the sexy
unfunny
episode,
and you
guys.
suck all the time.
Yeah.
Too much sexual attention.
Well, I was just
man.
escalating. I was a response is always escalated, Pat.
Yeah, I
Wes
understand.
did slip a,
You're right,
a,
you're
a
right.
low blow in.
All right, I'm going to go to 0, come back. Well, I feel like a new man. All right, guys, there's some things that everyone knows to be true. You can't avoid death and taxes. Per the rules of nature, it's physically impossible for the Buffalo Bills to win a Super Bowl. And sex toys and family just don't mix. They just don't mix. Take it from me. It's not a lesson you want to learn, guys. Or you can take
Wait,
it...
what?
Well, because I covered this story, I guess you could take it from the subject of the story we're about to hear about
I thought
how
you meant from like your personal experience.
I'm just a really observant guy and I have
Okay.
a lot of empathy, right?
Yeah. Stay away from your family's sex toys.
No, yeah, exactly. Just sex toys and family. Don't mix, guys. Okay, so let's kick it on down to Corbin, Kentucky.
Don't split them either. Don't go in on a sex toy with it. Yeah, okay.
Don't go halfsies.
You get it 6 months of the year. I get it 6 months.
Like a timeshare, yeah.
Yeah, timeshare.
Let's kick it on down to Corbin, Kentucky.
On 1 August.
Gross.
You using the sex toy this weekend? Let's kick it on down to Corbin, Kentucky for yet another tragic example of how that last indisputable fact is evidenced. Last Saturday afternoon, guys, Crystal Denham, she was hanging at home, enjoying the cool fall day, when her cousin, Michael Barton, who also happens to be her next-door neighbor, came by to ask Crystal if he could have something back that he'd lent to her. See, Michael had loaned his cousin Crystal his sex toy, and Crystal had more than enough time to try it out, and Michael was horny, and he wanted it back. So
I can hear you using it next door.
I know you're in there. Problem was, guys, Crystal wasn't done with it, and she did not appreciate her cousin Michael just popping over unannounced and demanding she give back his sex toy all willy-nilly.
Damn.
So Crystal told Michael to get off her property, and she'd return the sex toy when she's ready to return the sex toy. And Michael couldn't believe what he was hearing. I mean, no good deed goes unpunished, right? He'd bought the sex toy, and it was his sex toy, and then he generously loaned it to his cousin because that's the kind of guy he is, and now he's horny.
I'm Team Michael on this one.
Right,
Yeah.
he wants it back, and Crystal's over here saying she's not going to give it back.
It's his toy. I mean, come on. Give it
It's his
back.
toy.
You ever get into a situation like way back in the day when you had like a porn circulating and you lent like a porn tape to someone and then you wanted it back?
Oh,
and
no,
they're like,
it's
they were like,
Lost it.
Yeah.
My parents found it, but
yeah,
Sorry, the pages are all stuck together.
Yeah.
You're never getting it back.
infuriating.
yeah, I ruined it with my jazz. Yeah.
That's pretty much the only thing you could never get back, because there was times like when I lent a Sega game out and then a kid was ducking me, and I just called his mom. But you can't call a kid's mom.
Once somebody takes your porn, it's theirs.
It's
They
true.
don't- yeah.
It's like when you rob a drug dealer, you know they're not going to call the cops.
Yep.
I mean, I've been that guy that doesn't give the porn back, but it's also happened to me. So
Goes around, comes around.
that's right.
Karma.
Anyway, guys, at this point, Michael was horny and angry, and he grabbed Crystal by her bony ass elbow in frustration, which turned out to be a big mistake, guys. Because I guess Crystal was getting ready for her date later with the toy, and she was preparing a romantic dinner to have with the toy maybe before they got down to business. So when Michael confronted Crystal, she was in the kitchen and happened to be holding a chopping knife.
Oh,
Anyone want to guess what happened next?
she chopped his dick off.
So shortly
Stab.
after the stabbing, Crystal called 911
Jesus.
and told dispatchers, "Stab my cousin again."
You don't need this toy anymore. Chopped his dick off.
No, she just stabbed him in the chest. When the officer pulled up to the scene, he found Crystal out front of her house, just sweeping the porch, which is the universal sign for nothing to see here, right? I mean, like, I wasn't up to no good situation, just sweeping the porch.
Michael's inside bleeding
Just
from
bleeding
the chest.
to death. Yep.
Aunt's on the phone. She's on the phone sweeping the porch. Like
Oh,
doing
yeah,
all-
officer, I didn't see you there. Well, she's whistling. Michael explained the whole situation to the officer, who couldn't believe Crystal's audacity, especially when he heard that she'd had the sex toy for more than enough time to get a good feel for it, and it was Michael's toy. So Michael was telling the officer, and he said that I guess Crystal started acting, quote, crazy, and then she stabbed him as he went to leave. So the officer had no choice but to put Crystal under arrest.
She's a monster.
Yeah, well,
Well, hold
What
on.
kind of toy was this?
What, yep. Mm-hmm.
doesn't say, but you know what I'm excited about?
It's got to be a butt thing, huh?
Alice had sent us this story, and it's nowhere else on the internet. It's only in this local town's news website.
What could a woman and a man
So
both
that's
use?
great for us.
I
No,
was thinking a sex doll, like maybe a male sex doll.
It's got to be a butt thing.
What if it was a male sex doll where
Like a little vibrating thing.
Yeah, like a bullet you put in your butt,
Yeah.
but she
Yeah.
puts it somewhere else.
could be a strap on too in Michael's case.
Could be. Could be.
Well, we got to go on Adam and Eve and check out
Yeah,
what
I
those things
mean,
could
like,
be.
you gotta find
this
this out.
is
Yeah.
too many possibilities. It's making my mind go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Keep
interesting.
thinking about things in
Gender
butts.
neutral sex toy. Okay. Anyway, Yeah, so the officer, look, he had to put.
Was it
Chris-
like a lotion? Was it like
It
liquid
just didn't
based?
say, man.
Okay.
I tried to find the arrest record, but I couldn't find that either. So the officer had no choice but to arrest Crystal, and he soon found out that arresting Crystal is just about as easy as trying to get a sex toy back from her. Because according to the citation, Crystal started yelling, "I'm not going back to jail!" And then the officer pulled out his taser, which Crystal didn't like because she formed a fist with each one of her hands, this is a quote, and bladed her body in a fighting stance, swelled out her chest, and began approaching.
Oh, like she's squared up to the officer.
Yeah, old fisticuff style. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then the officer just tased the shit out of her.
no, dude, he stepped to the side and just pushed her to the ground. He toroed her. Yeah. She went to jail. Michael's fine.
Is it
Michael's
possible
fine.
this story's fake?
No, bro, it's real. It's in.
Yeah, it was a local Kentucky.
Corbin, Kentucky.
Nice. Wes, you ever been through Corbin?
I have no idea where Corbin is.
No.
It's probably a small town. I bet the whole
Feet on the
town
ground.
knows about this story.
Everyone knows
Yeah.
Crystal and Michael.
Everyone knows them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They know exactly what sex toy it is. Probably like, oh, he's gay as the day. It's the butt
Never
thing.
living it down.
Yeah.
They're always the cousins who argued over the dildo.
Yeah.
Good job, Pat. That was funny.
I think it's outside of Lexington. Are you sure it wasn't? You were able to get through it?
Yeah, let's go.
You were able to get through it.
Oh, that's good. We're healing over here.
You guys made up yet? Or?
We're healing.
Hope you're not mad at me.
Pat
I hope
knows
I
I
didn't-
love you.
Yeah. What are you mad about him outside of the show? What was it?
Yeah, I'm just holding resent for stupid
Okay.
things.
Cool.
Tell me.
Just punctuality.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Punctuality. All right.
Well, there you go. Hey, guys.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
You're damn right it is. And first up, we're going down under, boys, to Somersby, Australia, New South Wales, to the Australian Reptile Park, where a sexually frustrated and aggressive alligator named Kanye, named after Kanye West, has had to be restrained by the zoo staff and moved to his own lagoon in solitary confinement after becoming too much of an alpha inside of the main 65 Gator lagoon at the park. So Kanye was charging the staff and making other gators, quote, very tense with his horniness, his extreme horniness. So they had
Was
to
it
put
mating
him.
season?
I think so. I think he emerged from his slumber into mating season, and he was ready to fuck shit up. He was ready.
Tell when it's mating season because Kanye's freaking out all the other gators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much so, Mark, they had to put him in timeout for a whole month by himself.
It's like the
I
King
wish
of
we could do this
Spain.
to real Kanye, man.
He is like the king of Spain.
And they kind of did, Pat. This is kind of like when Kanye checked himself into the Atlanta Stadium.
This line getting horny is essentially the equivalent of Kanye being off his meds, right?
Right.
We see him on TMZ randomly.
Right.
And ask him to be there.
When he's like talking shit to Taylor Swift at an award ceremony.
And
yeah,
you know it's gonna run its course in a month or so. He's not
and
gonna
you're
be
just like,
crazy.
get back
he's,
in
not
this-
gonna be crazy forever.
Get back
Yeah.
at the studio and make some records. Quit
Yeah.
building a moat around your house.
Go to your solo studio lagoon, Kanye. Yeah. It took over a dozen zookeepers with ponytails working together to subdue this half-ton sexual tyrannosaur and get him into his new solo enclosure. Sad to see them trying to hold Kanye down like this, but maybe the other gators should just consider raising their level up to his.
It's true.
So I'd like to say good luck to Kanye, and remember, you only do 2 days: the day you go in and the day you come out.
Nice. You know
Little
what?
Wire reference there.
If everyone got to Kanye's level, you know what Kanye's like, the gator. He's like that sea turtle or the turtle that had sex with and he saved his entire species. Remember, he lived. What's his name?
Diego.
Oh, Diego, yeah.
Yeah.
The tortoise, yeah.
Yeah.
Thing about it for gators, though, Mark, there's actually just a shitload of them. So there's two types of gators in the world: the southeastern United States gator and the Chinese
Right.
gator, and there's no shortage of them.
See,
There's
if
just-
Kanye was just that type of turtle, he would have been fine. He would have been a hero. But now he's a villain
Yeah.
because he would have.
now he's a sexual menace. Give Kanye a break, all right?
Yeah.
The gator and the man. Okay. Next up, Taiwan. A math teacher named Changsu This guy, here's his picture. Pornhub name Changsu Math 666 is making $270,000 a year American with the help of his verified Pornhub channel. There it is, where he does nothing but teach people how to do calculus.
What?
So, Changsu has been teaching math in Taiwan and on YouTube for about 15 years, and he just decided to branch out onto Pornhub in 2020.
R.I.P. YouPorn.
Right. R.I.P. Pour one out. And he and his new students on Pornhub are very glad that he did. Here's a quote from Changsu. He said, "Since very few people teach math on adult video sites, and because there are so many people who watch videos on them, I believed that if I published my lessons there, a lot of people would see them, spoken like a true math genius." So, which he is,
Whoa.
Changsu.
Should we start putting our videos on Pornhub?
Yes, Mark. I mean, the point of this story is really that we need to be putting our videos on Pornhub. Changsu has tried to put his math course material on other porn sites, but he says Pornhub is the only one who's willing to let it. He's even verified on that.
I'm looking at Changsu's profile with my ExpressVPN, and
I looked at it. I mean, it's clean.
It's
Pat.
good.
There's no porn.
No, but his views are good, but they're not great. That's a lot of money.
Well, yeah, because he sells the courses. So his videos are like paywalled up. So like he uses YouTube and Pornhub and whatever else to like market it, and then he gets you to buy his courses. He's making $270,000 a year from these courses, American.
Okay.
Why don't we get on Pornhub with our?
Yeah,
I've
let's
never
just do
told
it.
you guys
We
this,
gotta get on.
but I have a Pornhub Connect.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
I'm going
We
to try
need to-
them. No
We need
promises.
to get Hard Factor account verified on Pornhub. We need to start
What do you
posting
mean, connect?
the news.
It's someone I know who's involved with the hub.
Good. Good.
I just don't know. Like, I don't know if you have to like fuck your way to verification or not, and then go straight. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if we can just sign up and start uploading.
Well,
Tell
this
us.
guy did.
It's not like YouTube.
The math guy did.
Tell
Yeah,
us what
we don't know what
dicks we have
Changsu
suck,
to
you know?
get there. You know.
Yeah, does he jerking off
Yeah, we'll figure
and
it out.
teaching calculus?
We'll figure it out. All right, finally, in
right
the
angle.
TikTok.
Carry the two.
Finally, in the TikTok international moment today, taking it to international waters, where former White House press secretary Stephanie Grisham's new book that's dropping right around now continues to provide hilarious details about the Trump presidency, like this tidbit that British Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Trump once discussed the impressive strength of kangaroos for nearly an entire breakfast, and that Trump would refer to French President Emmanuel Macron as a quote-unquote wuss guy. So
It's like with the emails with how they treated Goodell. It's like Macron's like Goodell.
yeah, exactly. And this is the same book where she had said that like he called from Air Force One to like verify that his penis was
penis
normal
is
looking.
fine.
Yeah. So far Trump said that Grisham's book is nothing but lies. But
It's a must read.
I hope that they're all true. They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like these are the funniest stories I've ever seen.
Tell the pilot to fly lower. I lost her. Gotta get this.
Yeah.
She needs to know now.
Yeah, she gets to know fly lower.
I'm telling you, Donald, these kangaroos are impressive specimens. And then like Trump's, oh yes. Okay. I
There
mean,
was-
that's
I-
an amazing conversation.
There was a study that came out, and this is because Colin in our Discord said he could beat up a kangaroo. Remember?
Yep.
And we showed him the picture of the jacked kangaroos. And a study here it just came out like recently. Like 10% of men believe they can beat a lion in a fist fight. A lion, and like 25% of people are like Colin. Like 25% of people think they can beat a kangaroo in a fight.
Mark, and if you happen to be the kind of person who may one day test your strength against a kangaroo, shout out Colin Phillips, you may have to pay for a doctor's visit after that. And for many people in the U.S. concerned about the cost of health insurance, there's no good options. You either go uninsured or pay through the nose for a high deductible plan with questionable coverage, all because of a broken health insurance system. Introducing Crowd Health. It isn't health insurance. It's a better way to pay medical expenses. Crowd Health is a community of people who are tired of paying for a broken system, a place where you can get a simple, flexible, and affordable way to pay for your health care. Being in the Crowd Health community can save you hundreds of dollars monthly and put thousands of dollars back in your pocket. It's flexible, simple, and your membership costs go to actual health care costs. Crowd Health is able to offer amazing prices because it's a community of health-conscious members, but they have an amazing offer for you, just our listeners. Get your first 6 months for just $99 a month. That's incredible. That for all your healthcare costs. That's a savings of almost 50% versus their standard pricing and a lot less than one of those crappy high deductible plans. Just go to joincrowdhealth.com/99 and enter code HARDFACTOR at sign up. That's joincrowdhealth.com/99, promo code HARDFACTOR. Crowd Health is not health insurance. It's a community-powered alternative. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, one last piece of business. Today's last segment is a special interview with an expert in relationships, Marni Kinrys, and it's brought to you by Adam and Eve. We are about to find out, how to get women turned on, and hopefully you can take that information and buy some fun stuff for yourself and your partner on adamandeve.com, right? If you're single and what Marni says is that us schlubs are screwed, that's okay, which is not what she says. But that's okay, too, because Adam and Eve has a lot of solo stuff for you, if you know what I mean. Talking about pocket pussies, talking about dolls, and talking about blowjob machines. Talking about some solo stuff.
They got it. I mean, they got all directions. They got quite a dildo selection.
You want to have a party of 1 or 10? You're covered. Go check out adamandeve.com. And the cool thing is they're offering our listeners 50% off one item. Like you find an item you like, how about 50% off it? Does that sound good? I think they got free
only
shipping.
Those cousins had known about this deal, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Free shipping, right? Is that 50% off almost every single item they have? I mean, they have some incredible items on there and free shipping. That's right. The code at the checkout for Adam and Eve is Hard Factor. So go to adamandeve.com, enjoy the views, get something for 50% off and have it shipped to you for free. Adamandeve.com, code Hard Factor. There you go. So,
Just do it, yeah.
Yeah. And now, without further ado,
The cream of the crop!
okay. Well, right now we have a very special treat. What a treat, as Wes would say, for us all. For all the male listeners out there, especially the single listeners. Also, the Lady Hive members will also probably get a kick out of how bad we are with this stuff. Without further ado, welcome to the show. Every man's personal wing girl, the founder of the Wing Girl Method and the F Formula, dating and relationship expert who specializes in decoding women for men, Marni Kinrys. Marni, thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me. And I bet you that most of you would do a lot better than you think.
Do you think so?
No.
I beg to differ.
I was talking to you before you started. You're very good conversationalist. You know how to listen, ask questions. You're already way ahead of most.
Well,
of
we're
us.
all in relationships right now,
Right.
so I guess that does put us a little bit ahead of the game.
Until we
well,
try to
you've
have
done
sex
something
with
right.
you, then we're terrible.
We're really
Right.
on our best behavior right now, Marni. You know?
yeah.
You
Good
highlighted
thing
our
there's
strength.
Screens.
Right,
Yes,
which
good thing
was
there's
just talking.
screens between us. Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah.
Did I describe you accurately? I'm a little nervous because I feel like I'm going to learn a lot of things I should have known already.
Yeah.
In the next 15
Yeah,
minutes.
you described me perfectly. I've been
great.
working for the past 17 years helping hundreds of thousands of men attract and get and keep the women that they want.
What do they give you like afterwards? Like, thanks. Like, do they just like
Their
thank you
firstborn child.
Yeah,
Money, I
exactly. That's what
hope.
I'm saying.
Every time.
Yeah.
Got a lot of children running around my house. It's crazy.
Lots of daughters named Marni out there.
That's exactly. No, they write me the best emails. They send me videos. They invite me to their weddings. If they get married, they show me pictures of their engagement rings. Yeah, they just give me lots of warm feelings and good feelings that helps me keep going and to continue what I'm doing.
What
That
made
sounds
you
pretty
want to
rewarding.
help?
Yeah.
It is
What made
rewarding.
you want to help men?
Honestly, I've been doing this for my guy friends forever. And then when I moved out to Los Angeles, I kind of just stumbled into this because I was at a singles mixer at a rabbi's house, because everybody who's Jewish goes
Sexy.
to rabbi's houses for singles mixers. And nobody was talking to each other. And I had just met my now husband like a month before. So I was like, nobody here is better than him. I'm going to help other people out. So I started pulling guys over to women and helping facilitate the conversation, like pump them up and make them look good. And then when they were good, I would back off and go help somebody else. And then I would answer questions from guys about what I thought the women were thinking about them. And by the end of the night, people were interacting. One couple were making out in the corner at a rabbi's house, which I thought was crazy.
Whoa.
And so when I went home, I said to my roommate, who is a 35-year-old guy, I said, I want to do that for a living. I want to help guys with women because they don't understand so many things about us. I want to be a wing girl. And he said, yeah, there's no way guys are going to pay you for that. And that you're going to make a living off of it.
Yeah,
I know,
they
but it's
will.
interesting he said that. And I'm glad that he said no, because I wouldn't have done anything with it if he had said, yeah, that's so funny, let's do it.
I
He
know
said
that your
no.
husband has not seen the show Millionaire Matchmaker because what you just described is what those guys pay for. They pay for, like, they're millionaires that don't know how to talk to women, and they pay somebody to do exactly what you're talking about.
Right, exactly. So, but I love that he challenged me, because I like the word no, because it makes me just go and do things. So I went into my room at 1:30 in the morning. I posted an ad on Craigslist. So this is like back in the day.
Marni.
I know, no, but like,
Does it
I
show
had
the
75
timestamp?
Yeah, seriously, right?
Yeah.
I had 75 plus guys respond to me by the
Well,
next
that's
morning
normal
saying,
in
I
Craigslist.
want a wing girl. Yeah. I mean, some parts of it were like dick pics and stuff,
So
but
it's
most
pretty-
of it,
Got a few.
It was launched overnight,
Yes.
pretty much. You
It
basically
was.
knew it was going to work after the first night. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah,
had
so
to
it worked
like
well.
go back and like unintroduce people because they're such a lost cause? Like a girl's giving you a look, like, why? What are you? You're at the rabbi's house, and she's like, "Excuse me, but
You
Can you get him-
apologize
get him
to
away?
the client.
yeah. He looks like he could assault me. No, I've never had to do that. So
no
in the
lost
very
causes.
beginning, no, I don't think anybody is a lost cause. And if they're a lost cause, they're a lost cause on their own, not with my assistance.
okay."
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can lead a horse to water. Can't.
Yes, exactly.
So
That's
what's
the whole
s-
thing.
What's the secret?
Yeah.
What's the secret to a woman's heart or her vagina? Is it different secrets or the same?
They are sometimes different secrets. Yes, absolutely. Like
Just
there
tell us.
is a magical balance between flirting, seduction, attraction, and connecting to a woman. The magic ingredient really is the connection portion, not like a sappy version of the connection portion, but hearing and seeing what that woman in front of you responds to, likes, and wants, so that she can feel safe, secure, and sexy. And you have to be able to connect to a woman in order to make her feel those things. So if you ever watch some guy who you see as being extremely charismatic with women, he can't be a complete narcissist who is totally unaware of what the woman in front of him is thinking, or women in front of him is thinking. He has to be a person who can innately see what that woman needs and wants. And those are the most successful guys with women. But the true secret to all of this is a man who really doesn't, I don't know if I can swear, but like doesn't give a shit about
Anyone.
what, not about anyone, but like about how women perceive him, about what it
Okay.
is. You know what I mean? So he has to be really
Confidence.
comfortable.
Not
It's
not
confidence.
worried about rejection, basically.
Not worried about
failure.
rejection.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the main thing that I see from so many guys that I work with. They work themselves into a tizzy. They have a complete negativity bias built into their systems at that point in time that they're unable to get rid of. They think that they're not good enough. They're not attractive enough. More attractive, richer guys are what that woman in front of them wants. So they convince themselves that they can't or should not go for what they want. So the real secret for internally for the guys is for them to not really care, for them to just go after what they want.
Realize it's a bit of a numbers game in that sense.
You
like
can't
you
get
It
it
can,
if you
it
don't
can be
try.
a numbers game. Yeah, exactly.
shooters shoot.
If you-
You're
yeah,
not
if
going to
you-
score a goal if you don't shoot.
Yeah,
the
if you
puck.
don't shoot
Yeah.
the ball or puck, you're not going to score, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. 100%.
makes sense.
You don't make all the putts you leave short, you know?
That's another
Yeah.
sports reference. There it
There
is.
you go. I wanted to throw one in.
But Marni, isn't the problem with these dudes that they're like super obsessive or like get really into a lady in the first place? Like
Yeah.
make too big of a deal out of it, right? So like, how do
Yeah.
you tell a guy like, hey man, be the opposite of who you are?
Well, when you fixate on one specific woman, most likely it's because you don't have other options around you at that time. So what you have to focus on is making your world a world of abundance, so that you don't just have one woman who responds to you and one woman that you have to make work and one woman that is going to be the woman for you. So if you can get guys to take a step back and work on themselves, spread their net a little bit wider so that they have more options in front of them. And I know that I'm saying that as if it's so easy to do. It's a process to be able to do that. But when they have more options in front of them, that one-itis starts to happen less and less and less because they don't care so much about it.
Have you found that online dating has made that a little bit easier for guys to be open to the idea of like, courting, like not fixating on a single person, because like that's opened it up.
It's made it actually harder.
Really,
it's made it harder because it breaks somebody's confidence when you go onto a platform that you're like, yes, there's like 1,000 women on here, I can talk to everybody, and then nobody responds back to you, or you have like 3 women respond back to you. You start to feel even worse about yourself, right? And then you get really hyper focused. Like the guy who works for me and does my ads for me. So he's a pretty cute guy. He's 27 years old. He's super successful. He went on to, I forgot what dating site, but I think it's Match.com. And he got like 3 women responding to him.
Well, they never reply. Women never reply on there. Right.
100%. But there are ways to get them to respond more, and it has to do with your profile, how it's put out there, the ways that you're connecting
to
with
them.
Expensive
cars, your picture.
You have to say something
having
that
a
gets
puppy
them
in
to
your
respond.
in your picture, right? Having a puppy.
Yes,
Yeah.
for
What's
sure.
the secret to a good profile?
Yeah.
What are some
good
good
profile is showing a snapshot of your entire life and the type of life that a woman is going to jump into if she dates you. You can't have a whole bunch of selfies of you in the bathroom, or of you with like a gross bedroom behind you, your bed all messy and like, crap on the floor.
Yeah, so me on the couch, basically.
Right, exactly. But the thing is,
snapshot there.
There's 5 pictures of me on the couch.
But the thing is that for you guys, like there's certain personalities who can pull off profiles like that. Right? If you know that it's meant to be funny, if you know that it's a part of your personality to show those things, and typically if you are being your authentic self, you're not trying to hide who you are, pretend that you're something else. When you do show that to other people through your profile pictures, that part of you comes across to women because it's in every area of your profile, not just in your pictures. It's in your main profile picture. It is in the way that you correspond with that woman. It's in the way that your profile is written. So all of those pieces go together to make a really great snapshot of who you are, that you're fun, engaging, and can laugh at yourself.
So don't lie is lying back. Like if you're like, I'll get back to you when I get back from the Galapagos, I'm cleaning off oil off of the fish or whatever,
Yeah, I wouldn't say to lie. No, there's no point in lying. Your life is pretty interesting on your own as long as you find it interesting and you can portray it in an interesting way.
Okay, you're saying they're going to find out you're boring anyways. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to find out on the first date that you're boring once they figure out all the lies were lies.
Speaking of first date, what's like, all right, a lot of guys out there maybe listening, wondering what's the exact perfect first date? What do I do? What do I do, Marni?
What do you? I mean, that's a really hard question because the first date is about you and that person that you're going on a date with. So again, remember how the profile is like a snapshot of the world that you're a part of? The first date should also be a snapshot of who you are, but it's you taking the lead to plan the date. So for example, if you say like, hey, what are you doing on Wednesday? I was thinking 3 things or 2 things, whatever options you want to give, A and B. You into that? Okay, she makes one choice. Like you're providing her with options, and you're still taking the lead.
Keeping it open, easy to run away from, right? You got to make sure that it's not too intimidating. Okay.
Right, and then actually a really good tip before your date, if you're meeting somebody from online, you can text her and saying, hey, I'm about 15 minutes late. I'm going to be running 15 minutes late. Just got out of my office.
So be late on purpose.
Not be late on purpose, but say you're going to be running late, which could give her an out or a way to say I'm going to flake on you. That's just like a protective thing.
Okay.
So you don't end up going to a place, right?
Sure.
But just so you don't end up at a place and then end up waiting for her or having her cancel on you later on. Just a way to kind of save your ass if you are going to potentially be flaked on.
Yeah,
What
it's
about
nice.
your
Give her
heart?
an out.
Exactly.
Give her an out, yeah.
What about going all the way on the first date?
Well, hold on. Marnie's not done.
What do you? Yeah.
Well, that's later in the
Oh,
date.
thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, so you get on the date and
We'll get to the sex later.
Exactly.
It's going to end. The first date's going to end
Stop
with
trying
sex,
to
right?
rush it so sexually.
As long as it ends with
feel
sex.
uncomfortable, exactly. Which I'm totally okay with. Sex on the first night.
Feeling
by the way.
uncomfortable.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
Totally
Thank you.
pro that.
Good.
Do what you want. People are adults. They can do whatever they want. Okay, so basically leading on the date, being in charge of the date, planning for the date, not saying like, oh, what do you want to do? Or I'm really easygoing, whatever you want to do for this date. My point is that you want to pick things that you want to do and places where you are comfortable so that you can be the most comfortable and confident version of yourself.
But she doesn't want to go to Chili's. I know that for a fact. That's a big issue.
Okay.
How do you know she doesn't want to go to Chili's?
I mean, she doesn't want to go to Chili's.
If you're a
Well,
Chili's
but let's
guy,
say-
though, you got to
let's
go to
say-
Chili's.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let her know what
I
she's
would
in
even
for.
say, like, listen, this is my personality. I know that you're really into Costco right now, Will. I would
yes.
say, you know what?
yeah.
Like, you know, my favorite thing to do. We go around on sample Fridays. We go get some samples and
What
like
a
if that
date.
if that is
moly.
you
So
and what
romantic.
you have to offer,
Yeah.
that's
And
what
then-
that's what you
Sounds
offer.
incredible.
And then
if
we go
somebody
back to
offered
my
me
place.
that, oh my goodness.
No. It's
I
hard
might
to
bring
get
I might bring an engagement ring to the date if somebody was to offer that
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, hide it in a hot dog.
No, but Pat, I know what you're asking. So listen, if you're a Chili's guy, I understand, but maybe you can save your Chili's date for like date number 4 to see if she's actually like a quality girl who will at least help you with your Chili's addiction, right? And support that addiction of you
I hope
liking that
not.
place. But you still want to choose a place that you really like. Maybe it's
represents you, yeah.
yeah,
Here's a good
represents
tip.
you.
I with my now wife, our first date, I had us sneak booze into a movie theater. So just commit a small, like
Crime.
fraction, like
Yeah.
a very small violation together. And I found that was like a good team building exercise for us.
Shows you're a bad boy, kind of.
Right.
Right.
Like it's like, are you willing to break a little bit of rules? And then also we're doing it together. I thought that was
I
very
like
fun.
that. That's an experience together. That's what The Bachelor and Bachelorette are based on, right?
Well,
those
that
television
and-
shows.
It's great till you
Well.
get too drunk and then you're knocking over the bottles under your seat that you brought in, and then
Okay.
everybody
So
knows what you did.
let's just go in reverse. I know Mark wants to get to the sex, but let's
no,
go.
no,
Let
no,
me
we
just
can
ask.
stop. I got my answer. She said it's okay.
Okay,
She said
okay.
it's okay. So
I want to go back. I want to reverse a little bit before the date. So, what does a guy do? Say, you're at a bar, you're at a place. Do you just go up and say, "Hey, I'm, so and so. Nice to meet you." Does that work ever?
You
Or-
can and it can work. The truth is that it's about how you say it, not about what you actually say. But I have
Hey,
a
nice to meet
method that's called OSA, which is a
Okay.
way that I advise my clients to start conversations, because for most people that's the most difficult part. And so what I do is I advise them to cut out the first 2 minutes of the boring chit chat that most people typically do, because whenever you have somebody come up to you in public and they say like, "Hi, I'm Marni," right away you have a block. Like, it's a natural block for you to have against a stranger because you don't know what they want from you or who they are and what they're going to ask you for. So OSA cuts out those first couple of minutes of like boring conversation by starting with an observation. So it's like you're just spitting words out of your mouth, like, "Hey, love that shirt." Okay, that's an observation, right? And after, there's a share to the observation. So OSA, so observe, share. And the share is giving the why behind the first observation that you made, or the because sentence for the observation that you made. And then afterwards, you open up the conversation with an ask, like, "Hey, I love that shirt. My brother has a very similar one to that. It's actually one of my favorite ones that he wears. Where did you get that shirt?" It's a very easy way to start.
And I
conversation
see you
with
negged
somebody.
her. You negged her because you said my brother has that, right? Because then she's wearing a dude shirt, but it was a compliment.
Pat, you missed it.
That's actually good. Yes.
Marni OSA'd the shit out of Will before we were recording with the Kirkland signature shirt. She did exactly the scenario she described.
God, you know
She
my
said-
methods now.
Yeah, she mentioned how she likes Costco and she did the whole OSA with Will. And
It worked.
It worked well.
I love
yeah.
Marni.
Yeah.
Broke a barrier. We have a connection over Kirkland. I think it's wonderful. But it's just a way to break down that barrier between somebody else. And then afterward, you can start to have different kinds of conversation where you can slowly or even quickly start to escalate things. So the next part of the conversation that I like to do is called LCA, which so many guys forget to do, which is learn, confirm, and appreciate. And this is not something that you throw in throughout the conversation, but it happens at pivotal moments in the conversation where you learn about the other person, the woman sitting in front of you, and do exactly what you guys are doing right now by nodding your head. So showing that you're actively listening. You confirm that you've heard, "Oh, right, you were a dancer
that's
when you
so
were
interesting.
younger." That's amazing. Yes, so
You have a
interesting.
brother?
You have a brother that wears shirts like me. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And then you either appreciate or affirm, whichever word resonates more with you. You say, "You know what? I love that you were a dancer." When
So
you were a
that
kid."
part, you're
like it.
basically just telling people just to be decent human beings.
Yes,
Just like,
exactly.
Just actually take an interest in somebody that you might have sex with at the end of the night.
Absolutely,
Okay,
100%. But
That's
that,
good.
but it's,
Good.
but it's, I love that. I love that you're
impossible.
saying that because so many people are like, "Oh, that's so interesting." It
Yeah.
this so it's like on my YouTube channel in the comment section. There's a lot of people who will write things like, "Oh, this is obvious information for so many people. Everybody knows how to do this."
Oh,
but
yeah.
I've learned over
That
the
guy,
years
the guy
so
who
many people
jerks off
don't.
3 times a day, yeah, who's
Right, exactly.
commenting on your thing with sticky fingers. Ooh, yeah.
That's the visual that I get too whenever I
Yeah.
read those comments. Yeah, you say that. But it's so funny because like I myself used to be extremely shy. I had no idea how to start a conversation with people I was comfortable with. I had no problems chit-chatting for hours and hours and hours and doing goofy things in front of them. But if I met people back when I was 20, 25, they would walk away not even knowing my name or who I was or be completely bored by being around me. That's who I was back then because I didn't have all of these basic tools. And many of these basic tools are a part of the programs that I teach to help men get over that hurdle so that they can get to the place where they're able to flirt, they're able to joke around, they're able to be playful with the women in front of them so that they can then create some sort of sexual attraction between them. Like if you don't have that base level there, then you can't achieve that next
So
level.
it's a lot about working on yourself to get yourself into that
100%.
place
Let's
where you're
talk
able
a
to
little
do
bit-
these things. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that sexual attraction because I saw a few of your videos, like the one pinned to your YouTube that has like millions and millions of views, and you mentioned that it's not a great idea to come straight forward with it and be like, let's schedule a sex appointment. You're supposed to kind of convince a woman to get turned on by kind of maybe subliminally mentioning things that might lead her to heat up the oven type thing. Like how do you turn a woman on?
Like
It's a lot of metaphors thrown into one sentence.
Yeah, how do you turn a woman
preheat?
on? How do you
How do you
preheat? How do you
preheat?
get
How do you-
someone horny? Yeah.
Get her to broil.
How do you get her
Prime
How
horny?
the
do you
engine.
preheat a woman? Well,
Yeah.
it's a lot of sexual undertones and
Like I just said with
being-
all the metaphors and
I'm turned on right now. I'm
Yeah,
ready to
there
go.
you
No, but but you start off on this very PG level of flirtation. So in my program called the Formula, we talk about the 3 phases of flirting, which I totally forget what they are.
I know
right
what the
now,
third one
but-
is.
Which is what is it? Oh yeah, sex. No,
Fucking.
oh shoot! Well, what is it? I don't even remember. But whatever it is. Okay, so this was written by somebody else other than me. That's why I don't actually know what it is. But the first level is very, very PG. It's like bantering with each other. It's light touch. It's showing that you have confidence to put your intent out there. I want to be playful with you. I'm gonna joke around with you. I'm gonna make you feel heard. Like that's the very first level of flirting. And then
Nice.
once that woman is responsive to that, because you put a few things out there. So for example, if you do like a light tap on her shoulder in some way, and she doesn't like pull back like this, instantly cross her body language towards you, that's an indication that she's potentially okay with you exploring touch a little bit more.
maybe
Or
that's
whisper,
when you-
whisper in the ear maybe.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Or even, if you get close and you say, oh, I have to tell you something. Okay, it's really noisy in here. Can you come in a little bit closer? And if she's like, and she lets you
Yeah, that's not
whisper,
good.
and then she backs up completely afterwards, again, an indicator that she doesn't, and she's not ready to go to that next level of flirtation.
What do you think about before we move on to the last level? What do you think about making somebody kiss you by accident? Where you're like, "Hey, kiss me on the cheek," and then you move your head real fast.
Classic.
I don't know. what
So-
do you think about that?
So
I think Will.
I mean,
I've seen it work.
It's
I
an
think
old
Will
school
likes
move.
it.
I've seen it done a lot
Yeah.
back when I was a kid. So I just wanted to clarify for everybody at home.
so
I
Marni,
had somebody do that to me when I was in 5th grade, and they actually showed me a sign. It was for Valentine's Day, and he goes, "Oh, what does this sign say?" And I wrote, "Oh, it says kiss me." And he lunged at me, and I screamed, and I was like, "Ah, I don't want you kissing me right now."
He
So I
didn't
know
start
I don't
with
like being
phase-
up.
It doesn't
Let's start with
always work
phase
out.
one.
Doesn't
Yep.
always work, but if listen, if I'm into you, it does work. That's the whole thing, and that's why it's all so confusing, right? Because I can give tons of advice on a specific scenario, but if you don't know where everybody in that scenario is on the spectrum of attraction,
Right.
then it's different at every single stage.
You have to
So-
feel the vibe first.
Yeah.
So before I met my girlfriend, I noticed when I would talk to women that they would a lot of time like close their clothes in front of me, like kind of like cover
They'd be like,
themselves.
"Stop staring at me." Yeah.
That's a bad sign then?
Yeah,
That's
it
a
means
big-
you're
that's a-
letting your eyes
right.
wander down and making them uncomfortable.
Okay, that's what I
For
figured.
sure.
Where-
But
yeah,
I
where
want,
you-
I want
you
to
gotta
answer
think
questions
about
about your relationships because I think that'll be more interesting. Because you guys already passed these phases. So
Yeah.
what's going
We're
on
pretending
in
to be
your
single.
relationships? Yes, exactly.
Oh man. Well, I know that Pat and I both have new babies at home.
Congratulations.
So
that's hard.
thanks.
That's
So
the worst time.
Right.
So they used to be having tons of sex, clearly.
So I think, used
Well,
to
they
be.
made a child.
And
Yeah.
then now
made a
you're
child.
tired. Now you're really
Yeah.
tired, and you're good luck getting it in these days. But I think, like, I guess, what would you say on like how we're definitely trying, at least in my house, to like get a babysitter more, get some more date nights going. But it's
So
been
are we
like,
trying? Or are you trying?
no, both of us. But
Are
she
we
she
seriously? Are you trying? Are you trying? Or are we trying?
to get more date nights.
I think you have your answer.
Get a babysitter.
Oh.
That's a big deal. So I will tell you this: that was the hardest time in my relationship, and
Hmm.
for any of my female friends, like the 6 months up to a year after we had our first child, that was the most challenging time for both of us, and for my female friends. And mainly, it is because it's like every woman's husband backed off and let them take the reins on raising the child. And every single one of those women, including myself, felt alone during that process.
Sure.
And so it's very hard to pull that relationship back together after you have that year of distance. I totally get
Shit
that it's
just got
exhausting but it is a very tough time. So the more that you can actually take the lead with obviously with her permission, like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Are you okay with me making these decisions? Great. And you go
Right.
run with it. Like, the happier your wife will be, and the more of an active interest you can show in the child, what the child's doing, where he's going, what he's playing. It's a lot of work, but it's taking a lot of that pressure off of that woman. Because I know that most guys think, in the beginning especially, that, oh, she knows what she's doing. She's like naturally knows what to do with the child. And most of the times women do have, more of a natural
mothering,
right?
tendency, right.
Mothering skills, yes.
Right, yes,
but
Pat,
they're just as confused as you are.
No,
That's
yeah,
great
that makes sense.
That's great advice, except for on work nights. No date nights on work nights. We got it.
Well, no, I mean, I think look, I gotta take stock of what's important here. Thank you for the advice, Marni.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Marni just put more work on.
Oh,
me.
I know. Well, that is the whole thing. That you will have. You think it's more work now. You'll have more work on the back end, because if you don't do it, you're gonna have a really pissed off
Happy wife,
You're gonna
happy
have
life.
tons of
No,
tension.
I'm happy. I'm happy to report we went on a nice date a couple weeks ago, and we've already got the next one scheduled. So
Amazing.
we're doing good.
Absolutely amazing.
I got to be careful because mine just walked in. But Marni, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm just like trying to figure this out because, us dudes over here, if a lady says, "Here's a problem," you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna
try
fix
to
it.
fix that fucking problem. Because why did you tell me if you didn't want me to fix the problem? But you know what? She doesn't want you to fix the problem.
No.
She just wants you to listen to her
Shut up.
telling you about the problem.
Yes.
What the fuck is that about?
You know the best sentence for you to say in those moments? That must be really hard for you. I
Wow.
hear
I
you.
gotta write that down.
But you don't understand. It's fucked up.
That's what
It's a
he
fucked
said.
up game because
It's
we're
a trick.
programmed. We're programmed to solve
I
that
know.
problem, even though if we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Like if
I
she's like,
hear you.
"This toilet is broken. I don't know shit about plumbing. I'm going to get a wrench," because that's how I roll.
Right.
So it's
Really hard. It's very
the three
challenging
letters
to
you
work
said.
against your natural
yeah.
urges.
It's the three letters you said after OSA. The learn,
LCA.
LCA.
like caring and learning, caring, and
Learn,
appreciating
confirm, and appreciate.
without fixing. There's no F at the end of that.
Yes, exactly.
No fixing.
So we actually just did a master class 3 months ago that was about how to connect to women and build trust. And so on our master classes, we have different experts that come on every single month. And Tara Harrison was the woman who gave the master class, and she taught everybody about this magical tool that's called Attune. So it's ATTUNE. I forget who it was created by, but it was like two psychiatrists who are married to each other. Anyway, it is the thing that saved their marriage, and now they pass it on to like hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. It's a way for two people to communicate, specifically for men to be able to communicate with a woman. I forget what all of it stands for as well, because it's not my master class, but it is along the lines of what I just said to you. The learn, confirm, appreciate. It's like, listen, confirm, say, that sounds like it's really tough for you.
Must be
That
really
sounds
hard for you."
absolutely horrible. I've
What
had
if
that
you-
happen myself.
What if you put that on a tape recorder
Right.
and
just go,
Marty,
You
that must
set
be
it up,
hard
yeah.
for you that you forget what a tune stands for, but I'm not going to look it up for you.
Is there something you want me to
Thank
fix?
you. I
That's good advice.
appreciate that.
That's
Yeah,
good
no
advice.
problem.
Marni, I was going to ask you, so like obviously your services are awesome. You seem great. We're so glad to have you on the show. And look, there are men out there absolutely who are kind-hearted individuals. We count a lot of them as friends who have challenging times.
Yeah.
Meeting, connecting with ladies, and I like how people say. Well, I don't like, but it's interesting how people say in your comments section, "Hey, this is so obvious," but you're giving these men that really are good dudes and are worth getting to know the confidence and the tools to connect with the person they might love. But you're also, Marni, I want to point this out. You're also giving those tools to some psychopaths who nature, right, made awkward and weird as a protective mechanism, right, for women that they might meet. So. How do you feel about that? Is there ever someone you're
I'm like the
coaching
Mark
up?
Zuckerberg of dating.
I know, but are you ever coaching
Horrible.
someone up and you're like, I shouldn't coach this guy up? You
But
know
then
what I mean?
he makes you a custom clock if you do.
Well,
I mean,
Marty's not a lawyer. She doesn't have to give
I
a
bet
guy
Marni's
advice if she
coached
gets
someone
if she
up.
gets-
And she's
No,
given
background
the
check.
tools.
You know
I bet
what?
she's given the tools to a psycho before. I bet that.
I'm sure I have. But I don't ever have to hear about it.
Do you check the
afterwards.
newspapers a lot to be like,
Okay, it's Tim.
They happen to find a copy of the F formula in his bag.
Yeah, exactly.
I never see that.
He thanks you at
don't.
trial.
that's good.
Yeah, exactly. Thank
That's
Marty
good.
for all of this. No, I hope that people are using everything for good. Every one of my programs at the very beginning, there is a contract guys have to sign. I mean, anybody can sign a contract. It doesn't mean anything, but it says like you are going to use this for good. You are not meant to use this to objectify, to manipulate, to hurt women in any way possible.
You're in the clear.
Hey, Marni, why do
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
This is
Ironclad.
something we all struggle with. Why do women hate it when you leave cabinets open?
yeah.
What's the
Kitchen.
problem?
It's
Yes.
really disrespectful. It really
boy.
is. It's showing a lack of care for the home you have together.
Fair
Because
enough.
that's actually one of my frustrations.
Okay,
It's
the
leaving the
kitchen.
cabinets
That's a problem I
open.
have.
It's leaving a mess on the counter. It's like, why don't you
But
care
Marni-
to clean up?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this: what if you walk into a room, right, and you don't see any issues, right, but she walks into the room and does see issues, and then
Yes.
she says, "Why don't you see the issues I see?" And you say, "Well, that's not the way I see things. But if you tell me about the issues, I'm happy to fix them like we do." But she's like, "I shouldn't have to tell you about the issues." And you're like, "Well, I'm built differently, And she's like, "Well, why can't you fucking learn?"
What are you supposed to say? Well,
that-
actually, I think
Was that a
Oh, sorry,
specific
go on.
Just
scenario,
felt good.
Pat?
Felt good
Pat,
to
was
get
that
that
Pat, was that a specific scenario that's
It felt good
happened?
to yeah, no.
it is
well, yeah,
interesting.
hypothetical.
Something
I told
happens
you
to you after you have
Hypothetically.
children. You start to see like more dust everywhere suddenly, and I know that men don't have this thing.
That's true. Because nobody
It's
can clean. There's no time.
Right. Maybe that's what happens. But I feel like I'm cleaning all the time. But you become more obsessed with cleaning and keeping your house in order so that it doesn't get more out of order. There's some psychological thing that happens to women that I don't fully understand. But in this scenario, you can research and you can say, like, listen, you know what? I really heard you the other day when you were talking about like you seeing a mess that I'm not seeing. And I went and I researched and I found like all of these studies that shows like women see things at X whatever it is. You have to look up the studies to find these results for yourself if this is actually true, right? And
yeah,
then you
I've
say,
faked data before, yeah.
right?
Scientific evidence is
No,
allowed,
but my-
is
my
permissible.
No,
point- yes.
you don't want to give them.
Wow.
Okay,
You don't want to give them ammo.
Yeah.
Logic.
Marni, what if you find a mess they made and be like, well, what's this?
No, yeah. The
Don't
point
do
is
that.
that I'm
Okay.
not giving you the ammo of like lying logic. I'm giving you the ammo of listen. I heard what you said. I've done what I can to make this better. So let's say, for example, it was true that women see dirt way more than men, right? Or that men are single focused. That is a very true thing. That men can I forget what it is. There was a study that was done on fridges. If you put something behind something else in a fridge, a man cannot find that
No, I
item in a
can't.
fridge
Oh, yeah,
because you
that's true.
can't see that there's
It's a
the
true
option
study.
to move things around. I forget what book that was in.
Well, 'cause
it's
if you was to
why
reach
men
your-
why
yeah.
why women don't read maps and men. Oh, I forget what book it was in. Anyway, it's in there. All the differences between men and women. So you could reference that book. And
You don't wanna
my
knock
point is
anything
to
over.
say that you show her that you've heard what she said and now you're trying to do something about it. Right? It's not about debating with her like, okay, well, I can see this and you can't see it. It's I hear what you're saying. I get that's really annoying for you. And in the future, you know what? I'm going to do my best to see things and clean them up. But if I haven't done a good enough job, you come in and you tell me, I'll clean it up right away.
Yeah.
I'm working on my X-ray vision.
Yeah.
You gotta
Sorry.
draw the line somewhere, though, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we're going to work on that, but I've got no promises on being as good at that as you just described. So
I like the conversation stuff. The cleanliness is not.
yeah, the
And it
kitchen-
isn't
Not
for
great-
most
not great
guys.
for
And
me.
all you can do is just not make her feel crazy when she says these things. You can
But
just
what if
say
she's
to her,
being crazy?
if she is
Yeah.
being crazy, then
Is
you
it-
give her a hug.
Here we go.
There you go.
Is it you said this line earlier? That must be really hard for you. Is that okay to use about yourself? So you could say like
She says,
know,
you're being a
me-
jerk. That must be really hard for you.
yes, like I mean I get it. Like I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you can say,
That must
yeah,
really
I
hurt for you,
get
the
it. You
cabinets,
know what?
yeah.
I am an asshole. It
There
must
we
be
go.
really hard for you.
Perfect. All right, now I figured.
I
Thank you,
think
Marni.
we've
It's
learned some
good.
things for sure. Marty, how can people find you?
They can go to winggirlmethod.com and they can find everything there.
Oh,
Okay.
before we go, though, Marty, I do want to ask you one thing. Have you ever been in a scenario, and you don't have to say who it is, but has there ever been someone who's mega rich who's
Yes.
taken you as an actual wing girl and been like, yo, Marty, I need the full treatment here. I need you on my team, and we're going, I don't know, to Paris to meet a lady, or like...
Oh, no, I've never done that. But I have worked with extremely wealthy people who will take me places in Los Angeles to help them when I was 25 and actually
That's
doing
awesome.
that service. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now I'm like, I can't stay up past 9. I'm not going to go out with you.
That's got to be an adrenaline rush.
It was. I will tell you, when I was doing
That must
the
have not been
live
so
in
hard for you.
person, no, it was so fun. I had the best time. It was, it was helping me with my social skills because, as I said before, I was really shy. So that was helping me by helping other people. And I had a blast. I loved working with these guys because, as you said before, like most of these guys that I get to work with who reach out to me for help are like the most amazing men ever. The men who
Yes.
are unseen by women. And I want to help them be the ones who are seen instead of these douchebags and players and jerks that are being horrible to women.
So on that note, Marty, yeah, it sounds like it's very rewarding work, and you're doing a great thing.
Thanks.
Besides the 1 in 1,000 murders, and
They're out
It's just one.
we have
It's just
we
one.
have we have like a Discord, right? We have like a listener base. I'm assuming there's going to be a reaction to this segment, maybe some questions. Would you be willing to potentially do a follow up or something if people were interested? There
Yeah.
are some single guys out there that listen to the show.
Yeah, of course.
I have one more
imagine-
question.
Yeah.
Repeat. Yeah.
To Mark is saying there's a lot of our listeners that work in office spaces and a lot of times maybe you meet a significant other at the office space, but you want to avoid maybe it being called sexual harassment or
Yeah.
going to HR.
Yeah,
how
you
do
wanna
you how
avoid
do you
that, yeah.
how do you tackle workspace stuff where you want to be appropriate, you want to be professional, but you also want to potentially have sex with your coworker?
Wow.
Well, that's where you have to start off at the very basic PG level by
Mm-hmm.
joking around, being playful, bantering, doing like very slight touches in safe spots on a woman's body, and you gauge her response. So, like before, when I was saying to you that if you touch somewhere and the woman like sort of shies away afterwards and then avoids you afterwards, that means that she's not open to any type of touching from you and does not want that. But if she leans into it, if she's still engaging you, you guys are still joking around and potentially escalating to a flirty level in the office.
Yeah.
My advice is to see if you can hang out outside of the four walls of your office so that you can see what actually is there. And then
That's the easiest, Wes. That's the easiest.
in an
that's
office?
the easiest way to start a fling. You have 40 hours a week to start phase
And
one. of
here
fling.
it
I've
is.
never
Can't-
worked in a
if
real
you can't-
office.
if you
No, no, no.
can't- Yeah, clearly.
And here's
you've
what it
never
is.
Worked in an office.
Yeah, it's very easy. Wes, also
I've
here's
always
what-
had crushes
That's
with
the
people in
easiest,
offices.
Wes,
easiest way to hook up with someone.
if you're in an office right now and you have a crush in your office, start using the printer right next to their desk. That's how you start getting the touches going on
Yep.
at the office.
She's not
And then as soon
interested
as
if you can't get it
As soon
from
as
an
you touch
office
at the printer,
person.
then it's time to go to the happy hour after that. Yeah.
Agreed. Also, for me, it's been being a smoker has
Yes.
Smoker pick,
taken
yeah.
care of me way
you all the
more
other smokers.
than I ever thought. I mean, it's killing me, but man, have I met a lot.
But
of
it's
people
worth it,
smoking
right?
Cigs, yeah.
so
And
cool.
there's some poor moral individuals, if you know what I'm saying, right? It's a pain inside.
I mean, but honestly, that is a way to get out of your office space. Like it is a fantastic way where
is.
you don't feel like you have to have the office conversation, and you can venture off into other areas. And that is one thing that I do find is that people in the office tend to just talk about office stuff. And so what you have to do when you are potentially bantering and being playful with a woman and trying to touch her. It's also veering the conversation away from work stuff. So that it's like, hey, like, well, what are you into? What do you like to do for the weekend? So that you're not just talking about, oh, this person, we have a staff meeting in 45
Another
minutes.
meeting.
Freaking
Not
Jerry.
office Dan. Yeah.
Another thing a cigarette does is reminds you of sex.
Yeah. Oral fixation. Yeah.
That is
So,
true.
And after sex, cigarette too.
So it's working for you in many ways.
Yeah.
So basically, just got to touch the woman to judge her reaction.
Tap her on the shoulder and see if
Yeah.
she wants to go smoke
Just
a cigarette with
feel-
you. If she
feel
says
her-
yes, you're in.
Yeah, that's
one
what
of
I'm
my-
getting.
That was a part of it. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you want to go smoke?
Shit, I found I did put it out earlier to question to our listeners, and I got one. One of our listeners is he wants to know if this is appropriate. He's got an office Halloween party coming up,
Yeah.
and he's looking for a lady, and he's planning on going as Pepe Le Pew,
Yeah.
right? And going like full Pepe, like taking no for an answer, but like playful, right?
Yeah, go do it. I mean,
You think?
oh my God, it's cuffing season right now, so you have there's much more lenience going on because people are looking to like cuff up, connect up, very
Halloween.
open to it. But especially on Halloween, like
Yeah.
you
Even
have
if it's
free
Pepe Le
reign
Pew?
to.
Okay.
Yes, if you have Pepe Le Pew, you're not dressing up as like
This
what's his name? The guy, whatever. Oh
Jeffrey
my God, what's
Dahmer?
his name? Epstein. Yes, thank you,
Epstein,
Jeffrey
yeah.
Epstein.
Oh, right,
Actually,
that
no,
would
that's
be
what I
way
was trying to
worse.
say.
Wow.
I said
Epstein
Jeffrey
will be-
Yes.
Dahmer, but yeah.
that's bad.
Costume
Yeah.
is your
Jeffrey
Epstein's
Epstein.
gonna reach.
Yeah, like you're going as Pepe Le Pew, which is like endearing, adorable, super
You could
cute,
get
and takes a
laid-
lot of guts to do.
Yeah.
In any costume
I do
on
think that's
Halloween
actually
besides Epstein. Yeah.
Maybe Matt Lauer's a bad idea. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, that would have been a good one too. Yes, horrible. But
Steve?
yes, of course he could do that. Yeah, play it up. If you're gonna play a character, play it up completely. Don't half-ass it.
Don't be Bill Cosby though. Don't go.
No, don't be a Bill Cosby. No.
Does anyone want a drink? No.
Jello? No.
Well, it was great.
Jello
talking with you,
shots
Marni.
for everybody.
I think everyone's got a little bit.
That would be hilarious.
bit out of
I mean,
this.
you could, that would be
horrible.
so funny.
Well, the sweater is cool. The
I
Cosby
know.
sweater is nice.
Yes.
Come on
love it.
over.
Hey, look who's free!
Oh my God.
Look who got out of jail!
Actually, that's a great costume.
That would be a good
That just
costume.
reminded me. There was a band
But
in
you can't do
Brooklyn
blackface, so
called Cosby Sweater that I used to go see. I got to check and see if they've changed their name.
Oh my God. That's oh my God, that's horrible.
That's probably better now. Get more press for that.
That's true.
yeah. Any press is good press. All right, any last questions or statements for Marni?
Oh, I just want to say thank you to Marni.
Thanks, Marni.
Very
Oh, you're
informative.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you
Thanks
come
for
back.
having me.
Absolutely.
love to.
think-
I would love
think
to.
We're gonna have you back. I know there's
Yeah.
gonna be follow-ups from this.
There will be.
Yeah, I'd
maybe
love
we'll have a bachelor on the
Yes.
show next time that you can
Ooh.
really mold
Right.
and
I think I get a test subject.
test subject.
I like
Not
that.
us.
Nice.
Not us.
No, I would love that. Yes. Well, because then they can ask specific questions. So that's,
Right. Right.
yeah, I can definitely help with that. That'd be great.
All right. Well, there you go. So check out Marni, guys, and check out all of her stuff. She's excellent. Thank you for joining us. And all right, we'll talk with you soon.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, Marni. All right, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. That was excellent. I think that Marni might come back on the show, right? Like, we're going to probably have to follow up with her.
We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get if you want to be the test subject, let us know.
Yeah, if you're pathetic, get in touch with us.
Yeah, just let us know. Just let us know if you're pathetic and you want to get put on the show
If you
as the
keep
pathetic person.
if you keep messing up relationships because you're entering them in a landlord-tenant situation, you let us know.
Got him. Well, look, we're running really long, so we love you guys very much. We'll see you for Florida Man Friday on the Patreon, and we'll see you for Friday tomorrow, and we hope you have a great fucking day.